everyone, this is Peter Collins, and welcome to the Lake Show and Lake Quinsigamond Day here at Regatta Point. It's 2017, September 9th. Happy birthday, Mom. And we're around the Antique Boat Show right now. It's a beautiful day. The weather's just fantastic. The boats are really cool. The people around, you can hear the band in the background. It's just perfect. So, knock on wood. And we're looking for a good show. We're going to go around and see some boats and talk about some different things. And then, if that weren't enough, we're actually going to go out on the boat parade, which is coming at 2 o'clock. So stay tuned. Here with Len Dewey and Ned Lloyd. And we're in front of this beautiful, it's a Jersey skiff.
Jersey Speed Skiff.
Yeah, Jersey Speed Skiff. Great boat. I'm going to let these guys tell you about it, because especially what's cool about this boat is how you operate it, or how they have to operate it, because it's a two-man job. So can you go take us through?
Yeah, I'm going to have him take you through, because he's
because Ned knows everything about the boat.
Well, he's a historian, so he knows better than I'll ever know.
All right, cool.
These little 16-foot speed skiffs were developed on the Jersey Shore back in the 1920s. They're derived off of little local fishing skiffs that would have fished off the beaches of the Jersey Shore. These boats were developed for just all-around family fun, water skiing, fishing, having fun on Saturday afternoons. And then from the 1930s and 1940s, they developed into competitive race boats. So today you can see them as competitive APBA race boats, and that's sort of the water-going version of NASCAR. And they're also used still as very fun all-around family pleasure boats, fishing, water skiing on the Jersey Shore. And they're a little unique in that the steering wheel for them is like an old-fashioned bus with a vertical steering column, which was developed again off the Jersey Shore fishing boats of the 1910s, 1920s. And they're pretty quick little boats. This one will do about 65 miles an hour. So
whoa.
Yeah, they're good for water skiing, for fishing, and just capable, very capable all-around little boats.
So this thing goes like 65 miles an hour.
Yes. Yep.
It was developed off the Jersey Shore in the 20s.
Yes.
Okay, so where'd you hide the rum? Huh?
Now, these never actually did do rum running, but their sort of first cousins were very much used for rum runners off the Jersey Shore to bring illicit liquor in from offshore, the schooners that would come down from the Canadian Maritimes or up from the Caribbean, to bring it into the Sandy Hook, Belford, Highlands area of New Jersey.
Okay, so that stuff was going on.
Oh, yes, very
All
much
right.
so. Yep.
So that's this is really cool. So to drive the boat, though, you got to there's the pilot, and then there's like a mechanic, right?
Exactly. Yep. This is one of the few sanctioned race boats that still today are required to have two people aboard. One guy is the driver, who does the steering, operates the foot pedal, which is the throttle, which is the accelerator, just like in a car.
Right.
And the other guy is referred to as the riding mechanic. He's watching the gauges, making sure the engine's not overheating. He's the guy looking over his shoulder, see where the other boats are. Because these speed skiffs, they bounce like skipped rocks on the water, so you never really know where each other is when you're actually competitive racing. So you got two guys in the boat. Very unusual in today powerboat racing.
I mean, you got to have a lot of intestinal fortitude to go 65 miles an hour in a 16-foot wooden boat that you're sitting in the back of, and it's skipping all over the water. That's got to be something to experience. Do you guys wear helmets now?
For racing, they do wear helmets. Actually, for racing, the aft cockpit today for racing, competitive racing, actually has a roll cage over it, and there are 5-point harnesses to keep the driver and the mechanic actually strapped into the boat, because again, these things are skipping around on the water like bounced rocks, and it's not unheard of for one boat to lose control for a second, actually bounce across the top of the other boat. So the roll cage keeps the propeller out of your face.
Okay, I was going to ask, like, you're on the water, so what's the roll cage doing?
The roll cage is keep the other boat out of your face and to keep your head on.
Okay, so it's actually a cage. It's not just like a bar. It's
correct. It's actually a cage that totally encompasses the driver and the mechanic for safety purposes.
Wow. This is in great shape. You guys ever go out to they must have rallies or something now, right? Do you go out and actually run these? I know this is going in the water, so hopefully we'll get some shots of that. But.
Yes. Actually, third week of this month, 2 weeks from today, there's going to be a big rendezvous down on the Jersey Shore where these boats were developed. And guys come from Pennsylvania, from the Carolinas, from Florida, from New Jersey, from New York. And they all bring their
Massachusetts. One guy, this guy.
Massachusetts.
Huh? Right. Len comes up from Massachusetts.
Yeah, and they come down. We have there's a big rendezvous down at the Long Branch Ice Boat and Yacht Club, exactly right where these boats were first built and developed. And it's a very good barbecue, cookout. Bring your friends, bring your neighbors, find out what a Jersey Speed Skiff's all about at the Long Branch Ice Boat and Yacht Club in New Jersey.
All right. That's just awesome.
A vertical steering column for steering, as I said, just like an old-fashioned bus. Then you've got the pleasure boats that are used on the rivers have reverse gears, so you do have a forward, neutral, and reverse, and then a foot throttle, basically just like in a car. The actual competitive race boats do not have a transmission or reverse, so as soon as you hit the starter button, you go.
Yeah, yeah.
And the only way to stop it is you shut the engine off, so that they're one speed wide open.
That takes a couple dock hits before you figure it out.
Yeah, and the competitive race boats will do over 80 miles an hour.
Oh, jeez. I can't even. Not me. No trim tabs, right? It's not like you're adjusting your like the modern big race boats.
Yep. The competitive race boats today, and if you come around the back, you can see this does have a small trim tab on it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Up until about the mid-1970s, they were just fixed trim tabs like this. Since the 1970s, there is a slight adjustability with a sort of a T-handle on the inside that the driver or the mechanic can control, which adjusts this up and down only about 1/8 of an inch, which is more than what you want to be adjusting when you're doing 70 or 80 miles an hour. Yep, which really has an effect on how the boat rides, how it corners, how it turns. And on these boats, they are so maneuverable. If the passenger has his hands on the rail, when you turn the wheel, you get his fingertips wet. The boat just rolls right up on its side.
Okay. Let's go. Yeah, I did that once then. Yeah.
But they're fun, very capable little boats. And even the guys who have competitive race boats, they'll go out on an APBA-sanctioned race one day, and the next day they'll take it out on the river and with the guys with their pleasure boats and their water skiing behind them, just hanging out on the rivers of the Jersey Shore.
That's sweet. That's pretty cool. Where do you put the rope?
Right off the cleats.
Oh, cool.
I've been water skiing behind a speed skiff years ago. They're beautiful boats to water ski behind.
All right, cool.
Real flat wake, no
good
wake at all.
Say good wake?
Yes.
I'm a slalom skier. So
oh, okay. Yeah.
No wake. That's why
they'll pull two people without even knowing there are people back behind you.
All right.
Forget about it.
All right.
I used to slalom behind them all the time. And
sweet. All right. Beautiful. Ed, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck. Len?
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So look forward to seeing it on the water. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. We're here with Doug Chadwick, and this is a Old Town
paddling square stern.
Paddling square stern. So the square stern wasn't for the motor, right?
Yeah, the motor. Yep.
Yep.
You can put a motor on the back, but it's basically it's a boat that was meant to be paddled like a canoe or rowed. This is 18 feet. They were used in northern Maine. You could take this boat out like hunting, because you could put a deer or a bear in there if you're hunting and paddle it back out, or you could go fishing with it. So it was meant as kind of a guide canoe, guide boat.
I'm assuming that'd be like a dead deer or dead bear, right? You wouldn't put a live one in there?
No, I don't think you want a live one in there. But
okay, just checking.
But there's plenty of room. You could put either gear to go camping back in the day, or hunting. You put your animals in there and just paddle them in them out. A remote area.
Okay, and I noticed this guy has oar locks.
Yeah.
So you could actually row it as well, right?
This was the optional rowing seat. It didn't come with us. It was ordered with this way. Normally it was paddled like a canoe, but when they bought this boat, it was ordered with the optional rowing seat. So yes, and the oars in here, these are original. They're new old stock. Haven't never been used. So
wow, that's really something.
Yeah, they've never really seen water.
And these were actually with this boat, or there's something you picked up?
No, they came with a boat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good. It's always fascinating to me to see something that's literally original.
Oh, yeah.
Something that hasn't been. Yeah.
No, they came. I got them from the owner up in northern Maine, and he pulled them out of his barn. He said, "Well, these things have never been used.
We never used them because we never rode the thing."
Yeah.
So basically, the oar locks were probably never used either.
Yep. No.
Those are really nice.
Yeah.
Kind of a cool.
Yeah, these are the original Old Town. They go in like so,
right.
And you twist it.
So it kind of locks in.
Yeah, locks into place, and you can row it from there. They were built and designed by Old Town, so it's their design.
Is Old Town? They're still Old Town.
Oh,
They
yeah.
still have their own guys.
Yeah, they're still in business. They're in Old Town, Maine, right off of 95.
Hence the name.
Yep. And they still build boats. You can order wooden boats today from them, but they're custom ordered and they're very expensive. Today they're mostly known for kayaks and
Right.
small
The
canoes,
fiberglass. Yeah.
fiberglass
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
I'm assuming that these old boats are probably pretty expensive too. So.
I don't know what it retailed for in the day. I'm going to guess probably $200 or $300 new back from.
Yeah. Well, 1936. That was some dough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to
So
say.
is that a wooden skin under here?
The boat is built out of cedar ribs and cedar plank. It's all cedar. The trim is spruce.
Spruce.
Spruce, yeah.
And the outside is.
The outside, and back in the day, it would have been canvas.
Okay.
I used the fiberglass with epoxy.
Okay. So
It structurally holds the boat together way better.
Right. Plus,
than-
it's a little bit less maintenance. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah. Well, if they had hit fiberglass back in the day, they wouldn't have used canvas.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny because you talk to people.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to go out and buy some old flooring for my antique house. I'm like, well, you were the old days. They'd go out and buy new flooring for the antique house, right?
Yeah.
But they had the stuff we had now.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. So it certainly looks original and pro. I remember. Now, how's this paddle? Because if this seat wasn't here, it'd basically be
Well,
two people paddling the thing.
You got your forward seat and your stern paddler.
There was
You
someone like
paddle it.
leaning in the middle sometimes. Or?
Well, if this wasn't there, you'd have all this extra room for, your gear, or like I say, if you go hunting,
Right.
put your game in there, But it paddles very easily, just like a canoe. But the nice thing I like about it, it doesn't tip like a canoe. You
Right.
don't have that tippiness.
No, huh?
It's wider beam.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
bottom looks a little bit.
It's a little flatter. It's
a little
not
flatter.
as round as a canoe, and so you don't get that
Right.
tippiness that you get from a
Right.
canoe. So it's
And,
pretty stable, and it's a great fishing boat. You got about 6 to 8 inches of freeboard, so you can get your rods right over and you're right on the water.
It's beautiful.
And then the sponsons are basically air chambers here, so if the boat flips over, it will not sink. There's safety measures they added back then, so you capsize, it won't sink. Holds it up.
Sweet. Do you take it out in the water now? Do you ever play with this thing, or just
Oh yeah,
show
we
it?
take it out every so often and paddle it around. Yep.
Do people stop you and say, "Hey, what's that thing?"
Oh yeah. They do, because it's like, that's not a canoe. I said, no, it's not a canoe, but it's like a canoe.
Yeah.
It was their larger hybrid version, because
Yeah.
it's got the high bow like a canoe
Right.
and the curved transom like a canoe.
Right. Yeah, it looks like a canoe. Like if you looked at it from the
does.
top, it looks like a big canoe.
Right. But it's
And-
way more stable.
Right. And the back. So that was made to put a motor on.
Yeah. You can put a small motor on it. Yep, like one of those
little putt-putt
Johnson.
things, yeah. Little popcorn
Go on
maker.
it. Yep. You can put a motor on it. Either way, row it, paddle it, or power it.
Very nice. You did a nice job finishing
Thank
this
you.
thing off, Doug.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
How do you do at the shows with it?
Oh, good. People really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the unusual.
You do a lot of shows every.
Well, our show here,
Yeah.
I take it to this show. I haven't taken it to really any others.
Is this the fun show? This is really the best show.
Oh,
You
yeah.
never go to, right?
Yeah, it's a fun show.
It's the best show.
Yeah.
This really is the best one. Huh? All right, cool.
All right.
Doug, thank you. Hey, we're here with Bjorn Bakken, right? I got that right?
Yeah, Bjorn Bakken, yeah.
Yep. So Bjorn, in addition to organizing the entire Woody boat show here, actually has an exhibition. He always has a boat in the show. This little beauty, I love it. It's a 1961 Redfish, what I've never even heard of before, but boy, what a cool boat, and nicely redone. So tell us a little bit about this thing, Bjorn.
Yeah, well, so it's Redfish. They copied the Glastron boats from the 58, 59, and Glastron never sued them because it's a copy of the Glastron boat. Very few survived, and what's cool with the Redfish is the ornament. It's very late
that's a
50s,
very-
late
yeah,
60s.
yeah.
We got the fins. It's very automotive inspired, right? And it's it's a cool little boat. It got a 1958 Johnson Super Seahorse outboard. Runs nicely. It's original gel coat. It was standing in a boat museum in Connecticut for 30 years, so it's been out of the sun for a long time. So a little buffing, and it came out pretty good.
And so it cleaned up nice.
Yep.
So, and how'd you happen upon it? The museum was closing or something? Why did
Yeah,
they?
there was the museum was closing. It had 30, 40 outboards and outboard motors, and they called me and said, do you want to look at some of the boats? And sure, and I saw this one on pictures. You know what? I never seen one before, and that's when you're gonna get one.
Yeah. Was the interior like this?
No, the interior's be done with the guys down in the end of the lake here, outside the New England trim.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I had one seat cushion left of the original, so I reproduced that with the inlay, the gold piping, and automotive inspired for sure. And but interior is new, but the rest of it is as it is. A little buffing, a little chrome polish, and
That's a beautiful thing.
And for $4,000 or $5,000, you can have a cool classic boat. That's it. It doesn't take more to get into the classic boat hobby. You find a boat, you buy with a trailer, $2,000, your elbow grease, interior, a motor that runs, and you're $4,000, and you can be classic boating.
Now, having done both, because you've refinished and fixed up a bunch of boats, right?
Yeah, I'm a woody boater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this an easier? If you're going to own a classic or an antique boat, this seems like an easier boat to own because you're not than a wood boat.
Yeah, this is the entry of a into a classic boat. A wood boat is more work. It's no doubt about it.
That's a commitment, right?
Yeah. A fiberglass boat is also some work if you want it to look good.
Right.
If you just leave it out year after year, it's not going to look good. So, but sure, the price level is, half of what it takes to get into a beginner or entry level wood boat, and it's just as fun. So
Beautiful.
Though wood boats is my passion, but this is easy. It takes 2 minutes to put it in and 5 minutes to take out, and no winterizing. It's outboard.
It's a beautiful thing.
Kids can take it around and have fun.
It's nice. It's really cool. I used to know. I skied and played on boats like this when I was a kid. So
yeah, that's very good.
And I just love the bow piece. That thing is just, it kind of makes the whole whole boat.
It is pretty cool, and it's from the atomic age, it's very cool. There's lights in there. It's the bow light, starboard and port, and there's lights underneath there. It's it's just cool. It's just very cool, and a little painted redfish Bergie. It's very cool.
So how's the show going? This is the second or third year you've been?
Third year I'm putting the show on, and we get it together with the Lake Association.
Yeah.
It's very good. The parade's gonna
been
go on
great.
this
The band
afternoon.
sounds good.
Yeah, the band. We got the bar. We got food, and people are happy, and we always want some more boats. Boats 25 years and older is considered a classic boat.
So next year, I'm going to have a boat because my boat's a 93 and I can put it in the show.
Exactly.
You got to clean it up because it doesn't even look as good as this. And,
now we got Checkmate here, 91, and gorgeous boat. And it's it's not about it's how you care for your boat. It's like a classic car.
That's we're going to go there and talk about that boat in a second.
Talk to him. It's a spit shine boat.
It really is.
It's how you care about your boat.
Too.
Yeah, original, and it's a beautiful boat. So 25 years and older, it's a classic boat.
All right.
And bring it on next year.
Cool.
Saturday after Labor Day.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to do it. It'll be a nice, beautiful yellow Malibu here.
Buff it up.
I think it's going to get first prize. I really do.
Of course.
Okay. I'm voting for it. But I voted for this too. I shouldn't say that before the things are counted. But
that's good. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm here, Brett Marsimo, Stephen Elworthy, and we're talking. You're looking at me like I pronounced that wrong.
No, you did it good.
Good.
Stephen Elworthy.
Stephen Elworthy. That's what I said.
Stephen Paul Elworthy, too.
Stephen Paul Elworthy. Not to get mixed up with the Stephen Elworthy. That's the other guy. Anyway, so a couple of things. These guys own Full Throttle Marine. Probably the newest marine dealer and repair shop on Lake Quinsigamond. But also, interestingly, they have like the newest boat that's here. This boat's a 1991, all original condition. It is absolutely gorgeous, this thing. And it's a sick boat. So what's that, over 700 horsepower in this thing?
787 at 5,900 RPM on the dyno.
There you go, on the dyno, whatever that means. But it's really fast and kind of loud. But boy, what a cool boat. And it's got all the gadgets and all the stuff made to race. Lake Quinsigamond is kind of a small pond for this kind of thing because you can't really have that much. We can have fun with it, but it's not like when you're out in the open water with the thing.
It's good for tuning and slow, after sunset cruises.
Right, at 60. So, but it's just a gorgeous boat, Brett. So this is actually the way you picked it up, right? It wasn't.
Yep.
It was in a guy's garage.
This is in the condition in Maryland. A guy named Jim Benny built the motor. Used to build motors for Reggie Fountain back in the late 80s, early 90s, and he built this motor, and it's got a lot of beef, and it was done right. And yeah, picked it up in Maryland from some guy, and it was just well kept. You know, everything's pristine. Glass is pristine. The interior is pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, look at the interior. It's sparkling.
For the age, it's in good condition.
It looks like your father's trunk. It's so clean. It's unbelievable. So even the pinstriping on it, the color on the boat, the steering wheel, the control box. It's just it's an incredible example of an old boat that hasn't had anything done. Really. It's one thing when you get a boat and you fix it up and you redo it and you gel it and all that stuff. This is just an amazing example.
This is how it was when it came out of the factory.
In the back, come in back here and explain this thing to me, okay? These big bad boys sticking out the back here. You got the trim tab, which we talked about at another thing because the little race boat. This is the, I guess, the great-great-grandchild of the old skiffs. But these trim tabs help you control the boat actually at high speed. Is that?
Yeah, keep it on plane and keep it controlled. The counter steer, the prop is 30 pitch, so when you drop the hammer, the whole boat wants to torque to the left, and you stagger the trim tabs accordingly and keep it straight and hold the hell on.
So that's what kind of keeps it up on level.
Right. Yep.
Sweet. So have you figured that out yet?
Yes. Yep. I
Okay.
got them dialed in now.
Right,
Yep.
I want to make sure that
Before you go for a ride.
Yeah, before I go for a
I
ride.
got the seat time for you now.
All right, and those big stainless steel shafts sticking out the back.
Those are
the
made,
flame shoot out of that thing, or?
Yeah. No. Those are wet system exhaust tips that drop at about 12 decibels, another decibel with the exhaust flaps, and just takes the bark out of it, because without it, you need earplugs, or you won't be able to hear yourself for the next 3 days if you don't.
Right. I remember you started this up. I was actually standing on the dock, and I was expecting to start it because we were moving the thing, and I still jumped. That was loud. That was like dragster loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was super loud. Start it up for the interview.
Yeah.
You fire it up.
Yeah, put it on there. First of all, it's a dipstick in it. Okay.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Not two dipsticks, just the one on the engine. Huh? All right, stand back. I don't think I need to put the mic near it. We have no idea what you're saying.
Rev it up, though. You'll get this one off.
All right. Turn that thing off before the Lake Commission comes down here. Okay?
Yeah, what's his name?
Yeah, what's that guy's name? So, yeah, that's just sick. It really is. What a great boat. So, well, it's good to see that the next generation is coming down here. Not just the next generation owner, but the next generation boat. So, thanks, Brett, for doing that. And how's business going at the shop?
Pretty good. Fifth season this year, going into winterization and shrink wrapping, and we're our numbers keep increasing, and it's always seems to be a better turnout every year. We try and take care of every customer on a personal level, and they keep coming back, and anything we can do for them, anybody on Quincy that is still looking for somebody or isn't happy with who they have now, we always take them in. Our doors open.
I'm here with Angela. This is your, fifth year?
Yeah, at least 5 years.
Yeah.
This is great.
Wow, it's a cool thing. All right, so they're coming by now. This is our lead boat. This is Joe Apatelli. He's basically with the Coast Guard Auxiliary. They've been very helpful in the past about helping boats and helping people who got in trouble. Our first float boat is this great jailhouse rock boat. We just saw that go by before. They got Elvis out in front there.
Elvis is on the
He's
lake.
looking good. I believe that's old Elvis right there, if I can see by the gut. And
They're dancing.
they're all in jail. That's very, very cool. And these guys are past winners, I think, like 2 or 3 years. So that's a good thing. Here comes a great. This is the runabout category or other boats, and
Beach Boys.
the Beach
thing?
Boys. Yeah, they're going good. They got the young ones in there.
They're pulling a minion.
Yeah, rocking out. They're pulling a minion. That's very good. Perfect.
They're dancing.
There you go. Oh, they've never been beat either, according to the song. Okay, it's the Village People. Everybody's favorite band there, favorite dance band. Okay, YMCA, I think they can't spell, but that's okay. All right, cool. They got the spirit over
Very
there.
creative.
I'm still not getting the Jiffy Pop thing.
I
but
don't get that either.
We'll have to speak that up.
Oh,
There they are. All
Guns
right.
N' Roses.
Yeah, hair bands. Very good. I love the leopard skin whole motif there. And, of course, I'm a big fan of the hair bands. It's my motivation. This boat is just an ugly float. I don't know where they came up with this thing. The theme is just
No decorations at all.
this must be like the politician. It's a great boat. Look at this.
Oh,
All the
they're
judges'
waving,
boats.
though.
They're all waving.
They got the wave
They
down.
got the wave down. It's a beauty wave. It's a beauty wave.
There's Senator Moore.
Yep, Senator Moore.
Some of our selectmen from
Beth
Shrewsbury.
Cassavant, Representative Hannah Kane.
Moore Miller.
Moore Miller's in there. Yep, that's a great boat. Hope nothing happens to it. This is one of the antique boats. Back to the Redfish. Great boat. Bjorn is actually the organizer of the Woody Boat Show. I just love this boat. That was my vote
I
for
love
best
the color.
boat. Yep, interesting color for the Redfish. And a Chris Craft, a beautiful Chris Craft coming by right here. Interesting that these guys still run these boats. I mean, it's not just here at the show. A lot of these guys are actually, they take them out of the lake, come to the show, and then go put them back in the lake. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang has obviously fixed their flat, at least on one side.
They're back moving.
And listen, going back, that's a great
they got
thing.
The horn.
I don't know if they can actually fly because they get extra points if they can do that. So that's awesome.
Is that Mary Poppins right there?
Is it?
I don't know.
Isn't it like mixing boats? Another beautiful Chris Craft. Look at this thing. Again, what an elegant little boat. You know, the lake was filled with these at one time. There's a whole bunch of them all around the place. So these fancy dancy pontoon boats came in and took over and erected for everybody. This guy, I guess, just got caught in a parade somehow.
He's enjoying the show.
And he's enjoying the show, and someone's doing a cartwheel in front of his boat. Here comes another antique. This is a launch. Very cool. Love to see these guys. Perfect little boat. And I think we have one more antique coming up behind us. I don't know if this guy was. I don't think this person was actually at the show, but this is a really cool little boat here. This is a bona fide
That looks
antique.
like an antique.
Oh, it definitely is an antique. A cool boat. This is actually a great example of someone who's actually not in the parade or at the antique boat show, but he's got an antique boat that he's actually running. He's using it as a boat. So that's always good to see. And I think that's it.
So this year we did have 2 categories. So in the standard boat category, we want to thank the Beach Boys for coming out, and they are our #1 boat. Here they are, the Beach Boy boat. Let's hear it for them again. Throw it effort. Tied for 3rd is the Hair Bands and Jailhouse Rock. Both of these boats had amazing spirit. They were rocking it all the way down the lake. So give it up for Jailhouse Rock and the Hair Bands. And without a wheel and all the effort it took to get down the lake, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang makes it to #1. Congratulations.
Awesome. It's a tough ride, but we made it.
And you get a $200 gift card to USA Marine.
Hey, that's it for this edition of The Lake Show. Thanks for watching.